Okay.
But why men want to trap women is beyond me.
Well, as a man, I can answer that. I had a guy tell me that's a lifetime pass.
Ugh.
It's guys that think like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's guys that think like that. For
nah,
real.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Because you got to deal with them in most cases, and then there's the attachment in some form or fashion, whether it's emotional, financial, both. And then the kid look like him, but you're trying to quit him.
Yeah.
Now you see James.
Now y'all drunk at after the birthday party.
Right.
Now all of a sudden.
Or it just could be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Had to pay that barber the extra $65 and then
oh no.
Need some gas money or something.
Need that
Next
40.
thing you need that 40. Like, my baby daddy finna come though.
Oh my god.
No, you know what's best?
That's
What's best?
Trip.
I'm gonna tell you, since you gave me your guilty pleasure earlier. One of my guilty pleasures is, have you ever seen a person or heard a person tell you they done with such and such person and you know they going back?
Yes.
I love to hear the story when they get back to that person. Cause it's like I
hate
know.
To hear it.
No, I love to hear.
Oh.
Cause if we had a conversation,
you just be over there like.
No, because I need to hear the lie. I need to hear the lie. I need to hear the lie you told yourself.
Okay.
That's what I need to hear.
Ooh.
That's what I need to hear because it's entertaining.
It is.
But the reason why I say that, I don't seek it out, but if it's voluntary to me, if it comes up in conversation, because we had such a deep and you told me it's done finito, burn the bridge, throw it off the roof, all that, right? Y'all taking matching pajama pictures 2 months later, like now it's like I don't need to hear, but it's like
go ahead.
I like your pictures.
Go.
I'm petty.
Not you throwing.
Yeah. I like those pictures. Where you get those stuff from? All right, I'm wrong, but it's
I ain't mad at it,
but it's funny because it's
is.
I had a homegirl and I told her, I said, look, I've known this girl for some years now, so it's like I know what happens when you get in your moods because she knows my mood. You know, if you know your friends, you know y'all moods, right?
Yep.
So I know when she's liable to do some fuck shit, and she know when I'm liable to do some fuck shit. And that's the good thing about having friendships. Yeah. You can hold each other accountable, and then you know you've known a person long enough to know when you do this, you're liable to do this. I see you doing this. You gonna do this? No, I ain't finna do it. I ain't finna.
You said that last time. Remember back in
right, and then the phone call be like, "Yeah, you ain't call me back last night. What happened? Oh, cause he hit, didn't he? The one you quit, you had him on blocked on everything.
The one you quit, you let him in.
Yeah. El Boogie, damn, that's called back. Motherfucker's good.
Stream my single.
Yo, for real.
Oh my gosh, no.
I need
honestly, okay, so that probably would be a guilty pleasure because in my mind I do be like,
it's the reality show you don't sign up for.
Okay.
I ain't even have to pay a streaming service for it.
But I'd be so worried about like.
I do worry, but see, that's the part. I guess that's the maturity side of me where I worry less, and then I guess laugh to keep from crying.
Hello. Oh, yes.
I guess that's the transformation of it.
Yeah, for real.
Because I used to embody, and everybody says they're an empath, but I'm really an empath. That's why I try to maintain such a small circle of people that I interact on certain levels with. Because your problems become mine, and I find I'm worried more about your problems
than you are.
Right.
You just gave me a cheat code because I really exhaust myself. Because I mean, I'm an empath for sure, and like empath fatigue. Wrote a whole song about it. So being drained from worrying about other people and absorbing all of their energies and all of their everything.
And they happy as shit. You over this
right?
Smoking cigarette.
They dumb happy, literally dumb and happy.
I like that.
And I'm
still in that one.
They just and I'll be over here like
that's the next single right there. Dumb
God.
Happy.
Protect
Dumb
them
happy
from themselves.
Man, I'm
so
telling you, yo. So I tried. Have you ever tried to tell somebody why it's gonna be bad for them, and then they still do it, and then they come back to you and then Try to basically say, yeah, I know, but
yeah.
How do you stomach that?
I mean, after I have the black and white conversation, because some people don't come to me for
because they know what you're gonna say.
No, like, but I'm also that person that's like, you know, when, especially if it's like a bad relationship. Yeah. You know when it's your time to go. I could tell you all these things, but your breaking point is your breaking point. And my breaking point is my breaking point.
Well, that's the maturity of the understanding. So yeah.
So it's like, I'm not gonna hold you accountable for leaving this situation and never returning to it.
But do you tell them they can't complain to you, or they?
That's what I do. But you know what I do even more?
What's that?
You can't complain to him
about the same things that he's been doing.
About the same things that either he's been doing or that he did, and you're still holding him hostage in it. Because that's the part that
he already showed you who he was and who he is.
It's like, and if you're not okay with it, leave. Yeah, because whether he's going to do it again or not, who cares? You cannot hold somebody hostage with your insecurity, because there's not enough making up that they can ever do if you don't decide to heal. Yeah. So that's the conversation I have way too often. It's like, you can feel how you feel, but you can't take it out on them if they're not actively doing whatever to you. Like, at some point, you're entitled to your emotions. Yeah. And so it's not like I'm saying you can't feel.
Yeah, your emotions are your emotions. It's kind of like.
But if you choose to stay.
Yeah. You chose.
You can't say, I'm going to stay, but you're going to be miserable.
Now, with that, who wants that? Nobody wants that.
You don't even want
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
The person doing it don't want it.
Now, what if they never apologize or never attempt to change the behavior that broke the trust? Or
well, I mean, if you still there after that, then that's a character flaw in you. Right. Because if you're with somebody who wouldn't even communicate like that remorse and what their plans are to, like, better respect you and not let stuff like that happen again, then it's like, okay, well, you just decided to settle because they're willing to brush it under the rug. And
all right, so you just spoke me into my next segue. I've been thinking about this a lot in the sense of, ironically, Kyle Rittenhouse case, the verdict. So, granted, I'm not even gonna make it political, but I want to talk about he's a catalyst for the question. But Chris Brown's situation with Rihanna, years back. People I know in real life that have had domestic situations, and then it doesn't necessarily have to be physical abuse, but sometimes it's verbal. Just sometimes guys that I know are deadbeat dads, or what I'm saying, just not fair, right? People always are quick to judge and say, cancel the whole person, throw the whole person away. But, it's easy when you're not in that person's life. They're not family. They're not a friend. They're not somebody, has a long-standing relationship with you, right? So what made me think about it is, like, how do we forgive people if they've shown that they've been doing the work and they've shown better? Because I don't see a lot of people really forgiving other people.
I think that's where stuff like therapy comes into play. And for me, like, when it comes to domestic violence situations specifically, like, I don't think...
You think a man that, like, puts his hand on women one time and he's forever a woman beater?
No, because I've not lived with a woman beater, but I've witnessed it firsthand. And, I mean, currently, right now, he not beating no ass, so I would hope that he never does it again. Okay. But I take stuff like that very seriously. I don't think I could trust that to never occur again because I've lost somebody to domestic violence. Okay. So, like, when you see what the end result truly can be for some people, it just shifts your perspective. For other people who choose to stay, I don't think I could ever stay with someone who reacts in anger in that way, and then like, if you're not getting therapy. I wasn't necessarily
speaking to, like, a person staying with a person that puts their hands on them.
Well, just like any unhealthy stuff. Yeah. Like, if you're a clearly unhealthy, like, we're not even just talking about maturity, or because people grow through things, like, right stuff you did when you 18, 19, 20. When people have those conversations, like, oh yeah, I was with him and he did this, and it's like, what were y'all, 16? Okay, like, who cares?
That's different.
Like,
yeah,
who cares? Yeah. But when you're a grown adult, certain things require, like, therapy or something. So it's like, if you have habitual behaviors, I'm not expecting you to break those habits with me just because something about me makes you feel like, oh, I want to be a better person. I want to see you pursue the best version of yourself. And if I want to heal from, if we have those experiences together, but I believe in you enough to stay, I'm going to seek it's not just a burden on you to fix yourself. It's going to be a burden on me because now I also have wounds that I need to bandage. So it's like, I would pursue therapy to work through that. And I mean, we don't give enough credit to what the resources can do if we allow them.
Right.
You know, we like to stick to our own devices because we don't want people in our business. But in reality, between you know, because I'm a religious person, so between prayer, faith, and therapy, I put those together, and a lot of things can
a lot of that can fix a lot.
It can be fixed.
Yeah. So what you're talking about more so in relationship. What I was getting at more like say certain people in the public, right?
Oh, in the public.
Forever, Chris Brown is a woman beater.
Oh,
like throw the whole person away. They're never listen to his music.
Have I forgiven Chris Brown? Is this what you're asking me?
Not necessarily Chris, but I was just using a famous person for the sake of like so
cancel culture.
Yeah, well, it's just cancel culture, but like in real life though. Like, if you know a person to be this, do you disassociate with that guy? Like, say the guy that you know, that you say he's currently not beating any ass. You hope that he's not, right? But do you throw the whole person away forever?
Well, I can't because they ain't my family. But
well, that's a real question. That's where this question came from.
But you know what that is, and I shouldn't say that I can't, because I'm also a big fan of loving people from a distance and not allowing yourself to be subjected to them. So I scratched that statement. Scratch it from the record. Let's move on. So, but in general, I'm very protective of my energy. So if there's nothing you do to add value to my life that kind of means I should repair it, or if
let's say this. Let's say you got this bomb ass producer.
That's what I was about to say. If it's a business relationship, no.
And that's the question I had earlier, because there have been situations. I found out something about a guy like some years ago, but it was after the fact, and we were currently in the middle of doing something, and it wasn't just some project for me. It was like other people's tied to it. It's like another artist I was working with. I was like, I'm gonna finish this, but after again, done. Delete.
That's me. And this is why, because, and I will say, and it goes back to relationships too. If I could not be friends with you, I could never be a business partner with you. If you see a girl and something about her says, you know, I see how you do other people in these situations, or I see how you do, it don't matter how fat her ass is, I would hope you would say, okay, it ain't enough ass in the world to, or titties if you're a titty man, it ain't enough assets in the world to make you neglect.
We feel all about ass today, boy.
I'm just, well, now you just got it stuck on my mind. but it's like, it ain't enough of that in the world to neglect the fact that there's something flawed in your character. So when it comes to business relationships, no, because if you'll do that to whoever, in whatever relationship dynamics, relationships are relationships. Right. You either have a respect for people or you don't. Right. So it's like, if you'll disrespect that person for whatever reason in that way, then I can't trust you. Yeah. So never mind the fact that I don't even want to be around you. I literally also can't trust you.
From an ethical standpoint.
Yeah, because I'm super big on morality. I'm super big on just people's your character. Yeah. Character is such a big thing, and we neglect it in so many instances.
If someone asks you why you stopped dealing with such and such producer, and you know the business, it can get real mixy and real messy. So how do you respond to that?
I mean, I try to be vague, because that's even me. Like, whatever story you tell of me, it might be some people right now who say, "Bree, and got like a mouthful to say." I would hope not, because I don't be crossing people like that. Yeah. But you just never know.
Right, you never know who you made mad.
Somebody might be big mad. Like, I don't even know. I'm out here praying for prosperity, and they just mad. Yeah. So it's like, I'm not gonna give energy to that though. You're not about to run back and be able to say that I said this, that, and the third, because what purpose is that gonna serve for me to do that?
Right.
Like, now, if someone I know is like, I want to work with so-and-so, I would give them a heads up. Mm-hmm. It's a difference between, like, people being nosy and me trying to protect someone who's better interest.
Right. So... And
I wouldn't even get into specifics.
Yeah. So, because I've actually had that conflict at times. Like, being out with guys, like, say it's... Like, I don't really mess with Buddy because I know how he is as a dad. Like, you got multiple baby moms, you know what I'm saying? I don't have kids, but I hold family to the highest regard. Because the best gift a woman can give a man is a child. So if I know you got 2-3 kids out here, multiple baby mamas, and you don't take care of them, I'm not gonna plug you if a girl asks me like, "Yo, what's up with your buddy?" Like, no. Oh, you can talk to him if you want to, but that's why I just, like you said, leave it vague. That's the best thing I could do.
Right. I ain't about to sell you.
Right. I can't do it. No. And then, so what? I'm pretty sure some guys gonna see this and say, "Well, he hating." But I think guys are so weird when it comes to stuff like that, because if you just, it's very general questions. Would you want somebody to treat your mom like that? How or your sister, or like your friend, your homie, whatever you feel like. How would you want to be treated? And
the only people who gonna say hating is the people who can identify with old buddy who
got multiple mamas that they ain't doing nothing for them.
So it's like those opinions really don't matter. Mm-hmm. But it's like the men who aren't taking care of their kids wouldn't want to put their sister on someone like them. Like you wouldn't want to put you wouldn't want your daughter dating someone like you in reality. So that deflection is just manifested insecurities, and that's for you to deal with. And
do you feel the same way about women like that you see online, and when they're talking about what type of man they deserve or they don't deserve, or what type of man deserves this type of woman or doesn't deserve this type of woman? Mm-hmm. Do you feel a lot of deflection coming from women? As far as like living in their, I would say living in their truth, or just not necessarily making excuses for other women.
Oh, I'm all for holding other women accountable, because I think there's a lot of people who feel like they deserve the world and they're not giving that. So, I don't think it's for any other woman to tell another woman like, hey, if you're just doing it vague off of like some superficial stuff, what you deserve and don't deserve. Because we see the posts all the time, be like, she got a man and I'm over here being left on red. Yeah. Like, that stuff blows me, because you don't know like why she's compatible for him. Right. But when it comes to people who think
I don't fry. You hit dog collar, because I saw a homeless couple like clapping cheeks on a cardboard, and I'm like, riding single, right? Tight jaw. Go ahead.
I like to report it.
No, I ain't report. I ain't hate it. I should have though, because they was in a church parking lot.
Oh Lord!
It was all types of wrong.
I don't even know what kind of.
It was.
What kind of charges that's gonna bring up?
Might have to submit that to a lawyer. Found my next reel. She's a content queen over here.
Oh my God.
No, but that's real though, because I see a lot of women will look at a man and say what a man's not doing right, and men do it the same thing to women. But the problem I have is I think men are more consistent when talking about other men and why we are lacking a certain partner or not getting a certain thing in relationships, whereas women always make excuses for other women instead of just calling them like it is.
Well, a lot of women just like to put the blame on men. So
I see a lot of men do that to women, but at the same time, I think it's more men that have voices, especially, I say strangers. Strangers. Men in general, I think we throw softballs to people we know because we kind of are biased because, there are people. Mm-hmm. But strangers online, men will call other men out and say, hey, you want some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? But I see other women, they're okay for that.
They will.
For the bullshit.
But a lot of them see themselves in the women, so that's why they're doing it.
And that's perfectly fine. I think that's true, but that's like, well, that's where you got to recognize yourself then, right?
Yeah. It ain't right. It's happening, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What changes that?
More conversations about accountability. More conversations. Me and my best friend, we talk a lot about toxic.
Are you saying we need a female Captain Samuels?
Yeah, for real. Like to read them all to filth. Like me and my best friend talk about toxic femininity so much, but it's not.
So as a man, all I've ever heard was toxic masculinity.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about toxic femininity.
I mean, toxic femininity is.
I always get tripped up on that word, femininity.
Femininity.
Yeah, it's my country tongue.
For real, yeah.
Go ahead.
But it's like when you use your body as a resource and play victim. When you, I mean, it's pretty much just abuse of your feminine wiles. It's you knowing that you tried to seduce this man into changing his mind about this situation. It's trapping with babies. It's all this stuff. That is toxic. That is toxic femininity.
Can a woman be a feminist and still want to be treated like a traditional woman in a relationship?
I think so. I think it's how you define feminist. I think it's what version of like the feminist movement you identify with.
Is that the problem? I think that may be a part of the problem because like I made this reference before. It's like 5 people would look at the same picture and they get 5 different answers of what they see in the picture. And you talk about feminists, like I can consider myself a feminist because I'm all about women's rights and making things equal as they should be. But I also believe in gender roles because I can't do what you do. You can't do things that I do. There are some things where we can do different versions of what each side does, but it's not to the point of like life and death. I can't give birth.
Right.
And physically, I'm just predisposed to be a little bit stronger and better at certain things that you are. And then, but your body is built for more flexibility. Like, say, for instance, women have stronger abs most of the times because of the way you guys are built and hip flexors. And you see it all the time when you go to gyms and like see athletes and stuff like that. Is this a real thing?
Yeah.
Now, some people can't even accept that.
Yeah.
And that's science.
Yeah.
And now we get to the point where it's like science and then philosophy are clashing, and it always has. But I've never seen it clash at such a high level of like intersection of males and females.
I mean, when it comes to so I'll just only speak for my relationship.
Okay.
So, I've always been like a super strong person. My dad is a retired lieutenant colonel.
Yeah, you project that.
I used to do PT. Like, I was out here winning presidents, push-up contests, all that stuff. I'm sure, I'm positive my husband is stronger than me. I already know. We've been to the gym together. So, but with whether he was or whether he wasn't, like, we still conform to our gender roles in certain ways because it's what works for us. I know that I'm a feminist in that I want equality, I want respect, I want equal pay, I want things like that. I like feminine benefits. Like, I like the door to be held open, but I also hold the door open for people. Yeah. Like, and for me, it's just like a...
So she can clap his ass when he go... No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to... You already know I'm coming with it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But it's like, I mean, I'm just a courteous
You probably bogus
person.
too. You probably bogus too. You probably have a handful of groceries so he can't move or block your hand.
Oh my God. I haven't thought to do that, but now I will. Thank you.
My bad, bro.
Exactly.
My bad, bro. My bad.
Catch him in some compromises.
Damn it! Now to see a grown man with the Arthur fist with the groceries.
That's exactly what it's gonna look like. I can't wait.
Don't say my name.
Right.
We gotta meet and be cool first before you say I gave you this.
You already on bad terms. No, you're right. It's established.
Damn.
Rivals. So
All bad. Go ahead.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like the ways that we've identified how we want gender roles to play into, and I mean, he's a traditionalist. Like, he's a very respectful person. He grew up with aunts that he respects. He respects his mom, his grandmother. They just taught him these things, and so what he's comfortable doing is what he's comfortable doing. Luckily, I've already scoped him out enough to know that he does the things that I would hope for a man to do. So it's like, I'm not running into situations where I'm trying to force you to understand, like, nah, you need to... Do I take out the trash? Yes. Do I want him to take out the trash most of the time? Yes, because I just don't like to do it.
I like how the voice changed. That's I just got my nails done. I mean,
did.
This pinky is still a little wet.
And back in the backyard, it's just like
I saw a critter, and the light isn't giving
sometimes it's
the
a
light.
little spider web in that one little area. So
yo, you joking? I got hair. I just went to the garage, and I swear a spider is dancing on my neck right now. I just don't have proof. I don't have empirical proof right now, but I know it's
hitting it.
I swear I walked through the web.
Right there. He hitting that hoe.
Don't play with me. Next time you see me, all this will be bald.
Look, that's the one perk to not having hair, because that is a fear of mine.
Will I have a bug in the hair and not knowing it?
Yes!
I swear. You know how many times I woke up with a lock on my face? Yo, I done slapped myself.
You got a black eye?
I had to defend myself in the morning. Like, yo, it's... She don't. And now I said, no. Like I was in a relationship and I had to tell people it ain't what it look like. Now I sound like the victim. It ain't what it look like. I was just sleeping while. like what you do? You gonna take out the garbage, huh?
Right. Just blink.
Yeah, bro. Blink twice.
Look, that's how I felt. My depth perception is trash, bro.
Really?
And I don't know why it's so bad, but I walk into like door frames be taking me out regularly. Yes.
I fear for you right now.
I ran into a door frame last week that surely had people thinking I was in abuse, because it was like a little bruise in my eye. I was like, dang, I know they thinking I'm getting my ass whooped around here. It was bad. It was bad. I don't know who putting all these door frames in my house. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I can tolerate the breeze. All right. I think I got enough problematic questions from you today. Is there anything that you in particular you want to talk about, or anything that's like you've seen online that's been at the front of your subconscious or front of your mind?
I want to know how you feel, because I've been thinking about this. How do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
I think they're trash.
Oh, me too.
I think they're trash. I think a person it's kind of like a person that wants to quit whatever bad habit you have or new habit you want to start. I think it's just a matter of willpower and timing in which you want to work on. It doesn't need the new year. It don't need to be a season thing. It don't need to be for my birthday. It don't need to be an anniversary. It's just you make a decision. You make a the plan doesn't always work, but what you do is you make a plan of action. I think the most successful thing you can do is make a plan of action and then try to follow through with it. For me personally, it's about scheduling. I know I have a naturally artistic mind. I'm kind of aloof. So with that being said, and I think the biggest thing people don't know is that we don't know ourselves. So when you know yourself, you know your bad habits, you can work around them. Yep. And you can build your success based on that. So for me, I know I might sound crazy to a lot of people, but I schedule my entire day as much as possible to maximize my productivity. And I never hit all the things on my list or the things I put in my mental list, or if whether I get them written down or not. But the thing is, my success stems from being scheduled, because if I'm not on schedule, nothing gets done.
Yep. Same.
So when it comes to resolutions, So when it comes to resolutions, it's kind of like you plan for your success. Yeah. You can plan everything. You plan, well, I forgot who told me this. It was a producer. I really stuck with this phrase. He said, "You whether you think you can, or you think you can, you can." So my little twist to it is, you either plan for your success or you plan for your failure by not planning. Yep. Same thing with resolutions. Agreed. I think it's just a timeline in which you say, "All right, I'm gonna change my whole life
starting January
in
1st.
6.5 hours."
Yeah. I think it's the January 1st that gets me, because I do find myself in a reflective state, like towards the end of the year.
I think you find the same thing on your birthday?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. My birthday and end of the year is probably like the biggest, because I'm just thinking about, okay,
that's when the calendar turns for you.
Exactly.
So what do you find yourself reflecting on the most?
Really just like areas I could be better. Like not necessarily identifying a specific, I'm going to, you know,
going to the
I'm going to lose this many pounds this year. I don't think like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be more consistent. And so in all areas of my life.
See, that's real positive thinking. Yeah.
Which means the, you know, meal prepping, which means so all things fall under that. It's like, how consistent was I with XYZ?
But you know, it's funny you say that. There is an article that's talking about the power of how you talk to yourself leads to what the outcome of your goals are going to be. Something, the way you just reframed it, like the average person would say, I want to lose weight. What you said, I want to be more consistent. By being consistent, you're going to develop a pattern. And then once you don't see the results from said pattern, if you really believe and really adamant about achieving that goal, you're like, instead of just quitting, say, I did all this work and I ain't lose such and such, you'll modify other things. You'll modify the meal prep. You'll modify how much sleep you get, the vitamins you take, and all that stuff comes into play. Skin routine, or, you know, all that stuff comes into play. The way you talk to yourself, it feeds into everything else. Yeah.
I think that helps because so many people get deterred by, like,
slightest
whatever, you know, if you're saying, if you have a resolution specifically and you say, I'm going to, like, lose this much weight next year, by, like, March, if you haven't already hit, like, whatever target, you're already ready to quit because you like, I done lost a whole quarter. Like, it's just 2023. Like, never mind.
I'm not even, when you said 2023, it just felt like so far away. But it's
about to be 2022.
Right. It's so weird. These last 2 years have kind of been a blur with, I ain't even going to say it.
Yeah.
But, that wole thing, bro, it's like
I almost don't want to count it.
Right.
But also,
it's like, they don't even count on my credit score.
Right. But also, like, some good stuff came out of, you know, it's
a lot of great stuff.
It's such a mix of emotions the past
for certain
couple
people.
years.
For certain people.
For certain people, yes.
I ran into a funny, I thought of a funny joke. Well, I thought it was funny to me. I'm going to share it now. I guess
we're going to find out.
Right.
I'm ready to be a tough critic.
All right. So, I thought about this. It's like, the vax is kind of like, condoms. It don't guarantee you that you're not gonna get pregnant or a disease. But everybody I can hear like, I got the shot, I can go do whatever.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You so right. I mean, people.
It's like a condom or birth control. It's like like girls that got a what's the insert, the IUD.
Oh, IUD.
Yeah, IUDs. They're like, he can shoot the club up. Like,
people ignoring that point, whatever percentage.
Right.
Like a mug.
Yeah, but even with that, it's like a little bit of research showed that a little bit of a change.
Yes.
It's gonna be a baby.
It's gonna be a baby.
I've seen two girls like. I don't know.
Like taking the pill. You can take the pill at a different time. All of a sudden, you got twins.
I was just talking to a girl about that because I'm a Neanderthal because I'm a guy. Yeah. And I have questions. And it's like, certain, all right, so, you know, you ever have like certain questions like, don't judge me, but I really need these answers. Yeah. And it's like, but don't say I'm stupid, but I already feel stupid.
Right.
Asking, but I really need to know. Where that door frame come from? It wasn't here last week.
Who put it there?
No, but it's for real. Mixing certain medicines with this, or girls, or girls that have like the weight gain on certain because I thought the shot made you gain weight, and I thought, and then like how it disturbs the cycle. Yes. Like I actually like talking to women to learn about women because if I do have a daughter,
I'm an anti-birth control person.
Why is that? Because of the changes.
Yeah, I'm like,
so you rather man be on
snip against birth control.
So you rather than dude get the snips?
When the time is right.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't pressing for it like super. Like me and my husband, we know we want to have 2 kids. If we end up with a girl, then you know I would be very happy if he just went ahead. But it's like if he didn't,
it ain't gonna be $40.
If he didn't under like the age of 40, then it's like I wouldn't be mad at him. If he wanted to like wait it out or whatever, it's like I ain't gonna argue with it.
Okay.
But as far as birth control goes, having been on a number of birth controls and realizing like how it altered my just state of being, like there are certain
which
things
one's the worst
I feel
one?
like I owe people apologies. Because I slick was crazy back then. Like, I'm like, dang, I didn't have to be that harsh. You know, I didn't have to be that blunt. Like, I could have had more tact. Do
you think it was like, I guess your cycle was thrown off?
It was just like my hormone imbalance.
Okay, so that's a real thing. That's a real thing. So which form of birth control were you on at the time that made you feel like that?
I gained weight, and I was definitely off my rocker on the shot specifically. Okay. So at that time, and granted, I was in college, so maybe I was just super stressed. But like, I've always been like a sleepwalker and a sleep talker. But then it kind of died down.
Life just beating your ass, bro.
Beating my ass. So, I mean, you ain't have to give me all these weapons, Lord, because they prospering. But it's like, during that time in my life, I was walking more than like I had
in the past.
Yeah, because it kind of died down. It was like something I did when I was younger, and then it stopped. And then it came back with. But I was on birth control. Okay. Yeah. And so I think it really, like, just reflecting back and knowing, like, then I realized I was having, like, night sweats and da-da-da-da. And as soon as I got off birth control, I realized, I got off. I had my son. I got back on, and then all these things started coming back. Okay, so you recognize the pattern. That's what made me say, wait, I ain't been dealing with this since. Mm-hmm. Ding. And it's like, oh, no, I can't do this. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Anti-birth control. Whatever other methods y'all got to figure out, please do. Because putting that stuff in your body, I'm a little worried about some of it. So you anti-vax? Well, I'm pro-choice. I will say that. Okay. I'm pro-choice across the board. If you wanna put the birth control in your body, feel free. But girl, if you're crazy, stop cussing that man out. Yeah. Like, it's you, actually. Brittany. Like, it's you, Brittany. Like, and you mad because you're getting big, so now you real mad. And, like, you got a lot going on, girl. Yeah. Yeah. Have you issued an apology from your crazy moments? I haven't. No. Because it would just be, like, doing too much. But, you know, if is it a person that you need to let go that you, like, I don't want to give them that apology? Everything is already let go. I mean, it ain't like... No, I'm saying, like, say you want to give an apology to somebody that's not in your life anymore, but you like, I want to say it, but I know if I talk to this such and such person, they might want to come back around, but I'll let you go for a reason. It's just like, it wouldn't serve no purpose to do that. Okay. Well, it might, and so that's the thing, because I'm sitting here downplaying it potentially, thinking it wouldn't serve no purpose, but it might help. But, I mean, some stuff, like, it's some people who probably owe me an apology, but I just have to know, like, regardless of if I ever get it or not, I still wish you well, and I'm in a good place. Yeah. And so I would hope that person is wishing me well, and they're in a good place. Yeah. So I just leave it at that. So with New Year's... Because I don't do all that chit-chat. She ain't a chatty patty. Yeah, we ain't with that. All right, so with the New Year's resolutions and also the New Year let-goes, you got a list of people that's... like, I don't have a list of... Because I don't know how people do it. Like, do they make a list of this? Like, nope, not this year, not this year. You know, the only people I'm letting go is I'm cleaning up my social media. Yeah. So I will say, physically around me, I don't even be inviting enough energy. Like, I'm a very personable person. But I'm very protective of, like, my space. And so I rarely end up being subjected to people that I feel a need to let go. However, my social media got to get cleaned up. I've never cleaned up my Facebook. And I started doing the other day, and I got overwhelmed because it was just so many people. Yeah. But I'm going to be very intentional about cleaning up all of my applications. What personality type or energy are you seeking to let go? Without saying names. I mean, I can't even tell you no names because some of these people, I'm like, how are we friends anyways? But it might have been a follow like 2-3 years ago, and then because I looked at mine. Music makes stuff really weird. I know. Even with mine, it's like why am I following this such ratchet person? Why? And it's like, I would never do that on purpose. Like, you got a nose tattoo, bro. I never clicked follow back on that. I know, but it might have been a couple. You know how that sometimes they get you is like. They'll post something that you really fuck with, right? Yeah. And there's like the next 5 posts is like, I don't know about this. Wait a minute, you catfished me. You had one. You spiritually catfished me. Yeah. You ghostfished me. Yeah. I thought I was getting this. Right. You said I thought you were spiritual. Right. You're the devil. Right.
Yeah, I call it waist bead energy.
Oh my gosh. Look, I gotta let them all go. Yeah. I gotta let people go who are super negative. I gotta let people go who, because I mean, I get into the political conversations, but I'm not a
some of those are so weird. Say it again.
I just don't beat a dead horse. Like, I don't. So if you just.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've noticed, and I've been talking about this with a few guests of mine, is like, as far as the algorithms go.
Yeah.
I don't like the algorithms and how they updated them, because now, like, if you, I don't know how many white friends you have, but if you have, I'm guessing the majority of our friends or groups are going to be black. Yeah. But it's like, if you like 20 black people and then you got like 5 white friends, the 5 white friends don't exist on your social media unless you actively seek them out. Yeah. And it's like people I actually like, but because the certain sites will promote people on your timeline based on how quickly and how often they post and how much engagement they get, you don't even see them anymore. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, that's stop following me. And it's like, oh, the algorithms. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. And that's why I gotta clean it up too, because the people that I do want to see, I never see. And so I'm like going back to stalk your page. Yeah, you feel weird now. Like, damn, I missed your whole last year.
Like, right, and you wake up with the 27 likes and like, don't feel weird, bro. But I just, I like what you're doing. Yeah, I like what you're doing, bro.
I like what you're doing.
I like what you're doing, bro. I like that.
Yes, that's been me the past like 2 weeks. Yeah, just delete. Now, don't find somebody, stalk them.
Let me ask you this: how many times have you deleted somebody and then they come back around like, yo, what's good?
So I've only had one right now, because I told you I've never cleaned up a page.
Yeah.
This is my first time.
Okay.
So I've only had one right now where like it seemed like as soon as I unfollowed them, they started commenting on like some stuff, and I'm like, you don't even be engaging with me. Like, where is this coming from? Do you know?
No, that's real.
Should I feel bad?
Like, some people, yeah, but same time it's like it's so hard to grow on certain platforms right now. And I'm like, I know my content hit, bro. Like, 2 years ago, if I was doing the same thing, I'm like, I'd be out of here. But you all like either have influencers or pay for like promotion at this point in time, because like organic growth is trash.
It's trash. It's so trash. Yeah. But you know what? That's why I'm going back to YouTube.
How do you promote your YouTube?
Right now I don't, but. But
you seem to have a pretty good engagement. I mean, I guess you have a core fan base, so
yeah. Like my YouTube is decent, but you know what I found, or what I just rediscovered? YouTube is still the leading platform for music discovery.
Oh, like, yeah, absolutely.
Outside of just like streaming, like it's still the biggest. And so all my like reel and TikTok content, I'm posting on YouTube Shorts. Because a lot of people aren't using YouTube Shorts.
I've been on that.
Already had people be like, I found you on YouTube Shorts. And I'm like, yeah,
it's working.
You did.
The work is
yeah,
working.
Yeah, Katrina. I think her name really was Katrina. Shout out to you, Katrina.
Shout out Katrina's.
I'm like,
I don't know who you are, but you sound solid.
my main girl. All right. So it's like,
besides New Year resolutions and feelings on that, you got anything else you've been thinking about?
I'm chilling.
I'm
great.
So how often do you change your look? Because last time I saw you, it was more, I guess, more feminine, but now you kind of giving me like 90s vibe with the overall. This is I feel like you finna give me them brandy joints, you know what I'm saying?
Easily.
Right.
Easily. This is my like probably go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really just, the weather shifts how I dress.
Okay.
Also, whether or not it's laundry time. So that's a big component.
Big facts. I was wearing church shocks at this gym.
Yeah. I'm growing my hair back out only to get braids and then to cut my hair back off. So it's like.
Wait, you just planned your next 6 months in advance of the struggle?
Yeah, already.
But the transition phase when you're trying to grow.
It's terrible. What's the worst part? This beanie off my head. I'll die before. I let you take it off.
Your beanie like Meg on Family Guy now.
I actually
we ain't draw a head in
have it gorilla glued on top of my head.
Yeah, you go to the barber and say, cut around it. For real.
Just get me right here. Just line this up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's get that right there for me. You a wild boy, yo. Oh, favorite run. Who's the best run?
Oh.
Last time I talked to a singer, I got Tank, Lions and Tigers and Bears, Jasmine Sullivan.
Ooh.
Jasmine Sullivan. And I forgot the third. Who you got?
Brandy. Bible.
I like the way she do business.
Bible. The vocal Bible.
Yeah.
Yes. Every time.
Yeah.
She run down. I love when people run up. When you run down, that's different. And that's what Jazz is a close second. So they might be tied because it's when you run down.
Yeah.
As a woman, like, and I don't
in
like
her tone too.
Here's the thing. My first performances was at my aunt's house while she was drinking Crown, and I was in her dining room, and she was like, "Sing that Tony Braxton." So in my mind, I have Tony Braxton's register. Okay. But I don't. Okay. But in my mind, so it's like I've always had admiration for lower tones, even though my voice was usually higher. Yeah. You know, so Brandy and Jasmine and their ability to run down and get that gritty rasp and it's down here. Yeah. Unmatched.
Got you. Yeah. Got you.
Yes, sir.
Best producer in the game right now.
My husband.
Quick too. What you see the loyalty? Didn't even think about it. She didn't even blink.
No, for real, he is.
And she got bad depth perception too. Didn't even have to walk to
it. You gotta bring it out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
it's the
scared of all
callbacks.
these door frames.
All right, like light path. Follow the light. Follow
like
the light.
Like that little thing right there. That ledge. Take me out.
You for real? That one?
It would take me out every time. Terrifying.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Yo, every conversation I had with you was a great time. Gotta have you come back. You think your husband come back? Because I actually, yeah. Okay, because I want to talk to more married people about relationships. The one thing that really grinds my gears with all these people that make content and have all these shows, it's always single people talking about how people need to be in relationships and they haven't even had a long-standing relationship and not even really prepared to do what needs to be done to be in a long-lasting relationship. At all. And I said if I'm gonna do any type of relationship content, I need to talk to people that are actually in relationships, healthy relationships.
Whew. Let's promote that.
Yeah, emphasis heavy on the healthy.
Heavy on the healthy.
Heavy on the healthy. All right, yo. So this has been live from the living room with Jayrich. This is Bree Phil. New single Offline. Video coming.
Platforms. Video coming.
Video coming. No release date.
No release date.
Sitting on that roll out,
boy. Put that pressure on me.
I know, right?
I rebuke it.
Offline is on all platforms. Yeah. Go stream that. Run that up. Run that up. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Let's do this again. Peace.
Deuces. Fun time.
Motherfucker's good.
Stream my single.